Let's talk about gold as well, Andreas. It's extended a surge beyond $1,550 an ounce, and Goldman Sachs is basically saying that it sees an inflection point after the sell-off. They say that the action from the Fed, it's going to quell the liquidity-driven selling pressure. That's one of the arguments coming from them. Would you agree that we're an inflection point for gold right now, particularly if you take the dollar side into account, with a dollar rally taking a pause today?
I think we're getting there. I'm not really ready to call the bull flag for gold yet. We've been gold bulls for quite a while, basically on a bet of more negative interest rates around the globe. That's been a good call. But the next move we need to see, I think, for gold to move higher is essentially that the Federal Reserve enacts in yield curve control. I think they're slowly getting there. I don't really rule out that they want the curve at zero more or less all the way out. They haven't told us yet, outside of a few speeches. Lael Brainerd, she told us that the yield curve control could be the ultimate anti-recession tool. So I think we're getting there. And once we get closer to the yield curve control, then you should buy gold. So in a sense, I agree with the 3-4 month horizon.
What's your outlook for inflation, Andreas? And does that also feed into your view that you should buy gold?
Yeah, definitely it does. I mean, right now, inflation expectations, they are falling off a cliff. And if I'm right on my oil call, it will still be the case another month or two. But ultimately, with all the dollars printed, with all the euros printed, with all the yens printed, you have to bet on higher inflation down the road. Also, let's assume that we open up the economies in a couple of months from now. Then we should start focusing on the supply side again. And there we will likely see some constraints once the demand side opens up again. That's also an inflationary story. So I guess on the other side of all this turmoil, there is a massive reflationary story in store for us.